All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I'm back with another video here. Huge test for the Flyers in this game, going up against the Bruins, and they pick up a 6-30 win in the third game of the year, the third game of the four-game homestand to start the season. Little bit of a different shakeup on the line. Some guys enter the lineup for the Flyers, coming off of injury and things like that. Overall, I thought this was a good game. It was a good hockey game. I will say that. High scoring again. Flyers put up another 6-goal effort. One being an empty netter, but still, they scored a lot of goals to start the year. 16, I believe. What was that? That's 16 goals to start the season. I'm starting to lose track. There's been so many. But yeah, it's been a very good offensive production from this team, and they tonight I thought they played well. I thought there were some things that they could have been better at, but again, it is a very good test. As I said, it was a very good team in Boston, and Boston just was not phased as this game get on. I'll talk about that as we go on, but let's start with the lines for this one. Giroux, Couturier, Konechny, Farabee, Brassard, Atkinson, Lindblom, Lawton, JVR, Albie, Kubel, Thompson, and McEwen. Provorov and Ellis, Sanheim and Ristolainen, so Risto comes in, and then Yandel and Braun there on the third pair. Martin Jones makes his first start as a Flyer. Thought he played really well. 37 saves on 40 shots for Jones. He didn't make any crazy saves, but he made the saves he was supposed to make, and he did make some good ones throughout the game as well. This was also Jameson Riemsdyk, his 800th NHL game, and Couturier needed one more assist to pass Simon Gagne for 17th all-time in assists with 271. He got that assist tonight on the Konechny goal that made it 5-3. So Coots is now 16th all-time in assists, he's now 17th all-time with 272. First period for this one, Provorov had a block shot on a Marchand shot. Pretty good first shift there from the Bruins from their first line. Jones had a good save. That was actually his first save as a Flyer on Hall early up the wall on a rush. Lawton had a partial breakaway at the red line, fired it high, almost got that one. It looked like Swayman might have got a piece of it, but I believe it hit the crossbar as well. McEwen had a big hit early. He had a pretty nice first shift. He had a nice move to get around a defender in the neutral zone. He definitely was noticeable. Pastrnak was left wide open in front. He ended up losing the puck. It was like a turnover off the defensive zone faceoff. And it seemed like for the first handful of minutes of this game, it was just all Boston. At one point after this, the Bruins started to get some pressure. The Flyers had a pretty good shift by the Atkinson line. Yandel almost got a shot off on a Lindblom pass, but Yandel was checked as soon as he went to join the rush and shoot the puck as well. But the Bruins had a shift where they literally were all over the Flyers, cycling, just quick movement. They won just about every puck battle. And you're thinking to yourself, Boston's got to score here. Well, no, it was just like, it's just hockey sometimes. And Brassard made a really nice play to get it out of the zone. Good breakout pass. 2-on-1 for the Flyers. Atkinson, he goes in, fake shot, leg kick, that whole kind of thing, shoots it, and it just trickles through Swayman. 1-0 Flyers on their second shot of the game. And they get that big first goal when the Bruins had so much pressure. So that was obviously huge for the Flyers to get that goal. Sanheim had a chance on a 3-on-2 rush. Flyers had a lot of one-and-done chances in the first period. They definitely did need some more puck possession. It was still all Boston after that goal, though. I kind of was thinking to myself, maybe after this goal, the Flyers will kind of start to get their mojo back. But the Bruins had lots of puck possession. It seemed like the Flyers were on the penalty kill, but they still were. The one thing they did really well in this game was defend the middle of the ice. There weren't many chances in tight. And it's one thing they were very good at in the 2019-20 season, was defending the middle of the ice. Everything's to the outside. And that was one thing they did well in this game. Boston gets a power play here, very aggressive on the penalty kill, good sticks, blocked a couple shots, really good job. Farabee almost scored on a 2-on-1, nice little drag move, really nice save there by Swayman. No shots for the Bruins on that power play. And then the Bruins would end up tying this game here with a couple minutes left. Kuhlman scores at the side of the net. This whole play started. It was a play at the line. Thompson kind of lost it. Albie Kubel comes in and picks it up. Now, I'm thinking to myself, okay, just wheel it back around and start a breakout the other way like they usually do. And Albie Kubel kind of stick handles a little way too much. Bruins pounce on it. The shot ended up getting blocked. They shoot it again. That goes off Sanheim's skate, goes literally right to Kuhlman at the side of the net. Nothing Jones could do. Very unfortunate play for Sanheim. But it all started because Albie Kubel had the turnover before, when he could have just dropped it off the wall behind the net to Yandel to move it out of the zone. And the Bruins end up tying the game. So, Ristolainen has a huge hit late on Charlie Coyle. That was a big hit there. Flyers get a power play with a minute 35 left. Sanheim was tripped up, and the Flyers actually get a go-ahead goal here. Farabee scores 2-1. Good setup by Atkinson to Ellis for the one-timer. Farabee slams home the rebound. That was from the second unit with about 10 seconds left in the period, but the first unit had a couple good looks, some really good passing and puck movement. Power play has looked good. They've scored a couple goals. They have 3 power play goals for this year. End of one, not a horrible period for the Flyers. They played well at times. A lot of their chances were one and done, but they got two goals, defended the middle of the ice well, as I said. Shots on goal were 10-7 in favor of the Bruins. Second period starts. Provorov, another active stick at the blue line, something he did so well against Seattle. And when we've seen him do that, he made many good plays in this game where they're just active stick. He had 9 block shots in this game, Provorov. 9. He's been fantastic with Ryan Ellis. Flyers get a goal early here. Really, really, really nice play. That Vancouver actually almost scored on this against the Flyers to start the third period. They had the power play, and Hughes fired a slap shot, and it went to Miller, and he ended up firing it wide like 10, 15 seconds into the third period of the home opener. But anyway, Yandel does a set play off the wall. He can't get a pass to JVR for the breakout up the wall on the side, so he throws it down, and it goes right off the wall. JVR's right there, shoots it, goes off Swayman's pad, right and round in front to Lawton. Slam dunk through the 5-hole. Great setup, really nice play. Good setup there by Yandel, and just a great heads-up play to get it to him, and it was just perfect for the Flyers. 3-1 lead. Provorov starts Marchand with the active stick. That's exactly what I'm talking about, right as he goes through the line. Sets up a breakout the other way. McEwen had a hit that almost set up a Brassard chance, but he couldn't get a shot off. Atkinson has a chance in front for the Flyers. It was so close, just trickled wide. That line was just completely all over for the Flyers. JVR almost hit Lindblom in front. Puck came out in the slot. And then the Bruins would end up scoring a goal here. Taylor Hall scored to make it 3-2. Ristolainen made a good play off JVR. Had sent that in front to Lindblom. The puck came out to Ristolainen, and he just kind of chipped it in. Well, the Bruins got it, and Risto went to make a change, and Hall's in on a breakaway, and he scores. So, again, I'm not going to go too into like everything with Ristolainen. It's his first game with the Flyers, and obviously they had a couple rough plays as the third goal also was somewhat of the Sanheim and Ristolainen pairing's fault, but that definitely was not the best play from Ristolainen there, Konechny hit Couturier in front off of a one-timer that just rolled wide. Provorov had another block shot on a Smith shot, just got his stick in there right into the lane, ended up going out of play. The Flyers didn't have too much offense in the second. They had a lot of one-and-done plays, as I said. Good shift by the Lawton line to keep plays alive. Almost got a goal off of a good effort. And one thing I will say, too, I don't want to make it like I'm saying that like the Flyers are playing bad. The one thing they did in this game was capitalize on their opportunities, 100%. I mean, you got a lot of these goals, and in the third period, it started to get better, and they started to get more zone time as well. But anyway, late in the second period here, 3-3, Sanheim ices the puck off a play where they couldn't necessarily get much really going as they were trying to break out of the zone. They were kind of struggling to get it out. Bruins were definitely forechecking. And what happens, since there's the icing, the fourth line was out there. So what does Bruce Cassidy do? He puts the first line out there, and they tie the game. They lose the face-off. They couldn't tie it up. In front of the net, Ristolainen could not tie up Marchand. Slam dunk on the side of the net off a wraparound there by Pasternak. Again, not much Jones could do. It was kind of like a play where, I don't know if he saw the puck or if he maybe lost sight of it as it was in front of him because there were a lot of bodies in the crease. But anyway, Marchand scores. Not a horrible period, but obviously you wanted to get out of that with the lead, and they don't. So it's 3-3 going into the third. Shots on goal after that period were 28-17 in favor of the Bruins, 18-10 Boston in that period. The Flyers seconds in, 4-3. Atkinson. Farabee makes a great play at the red line to break it up. Starts a 3-on-1, kind of 2-on-1-ish rush as Brassard kind of dropped back. Sweet pass to Atkinson. He got absolutely like nothing on it. It just like fluttered into the net. 4-3. Really good shift by the Lawton line after that. They kept plays alive. They almost actually got a goal. Ellis had a good stick on Marchand to break up the play. The Flyers, they've defended really well off of the rush. That is another thing that was good. If the Bruins got in, the Flyers were able to make moves and get it out. But when they defended well, it was in the middle of the ice, off the rush, things like that. And that was one thing that was kind of a problem for the Flyers last year, was off the rush. Just so many times we saw goals where just breakdowns in front, or these guys would pinch too far to the wall or things like that. So they defended really well off the rush in this game. McEwen has a great play to break up a pass. Easy for me to say, across the ice by DeBrusque. He dove out to tip that one away, and that was just one of the very good, little plays that McEwen did well in this game. At 9:51, I put this note down. The Flyers just have to bunker down, get out of this game with a win. They've played well in this period. They've had a very solid third period, and they just had to keep pressing. And then, as I said this, a couple minutes later, the Flyers get a goal. 5-3, Konechny. It was just like a bouncing puck right at the red line, little 2-on-2 kind of rush. Coots pounces on it, drops it back. Konechny fires one over Swayman's glove. Great shot. Great goal. 3 games and 3 goals for Konechny and Farabee. I believe that's the first time that's happened with 2 guys in Flyers history, which is awesome. And after that, the Flyers, they get a 2-goal lead with like 7 or so minutes left in this game. And Pasternak ends up hitting the post, like just right off the goal. He ends up hitting the post off crazy traffic in front. The Brassard line was all over it again. They were so effective for the Flyers in this game. The Flyers were playing keep away a lot there late. Good possession in the last handful of minutes. They've definitely had a very, very solid third period. Again, a lot of the things that they were doing, they just defended well in the zone. The Bruins, they had their puck possession, they had their zone time. They cycled the puck really well, and the Bruins have always been a good team with that. But the Flyers defended the middle of the ice. Jones didn't look like he was really out of sorts much. It seemed like he was in the play and things like that if the defense was good in front of him and things like that. And one thing I will say, there were some times where the Bruins had guys in front of the net wide open, but they were either cleared away, Jones made the save, or the Flyers were able to get back in time to recover, and no goal was scored. So that was one thing that was good in this game overall. But with 2:17 left, Carlo made a really, really dumb play. Honestly, he was going at it with Couturier. He takes a penalty. Flyers get a power play. And they ended up pulling the goalie at 1:17. So the Flyers just played keep away essentially at that point. And Clifton had made a play where he could have turned around with like a minute 50, minute 45 left. He could have turned around and the Bruins could have pulled him about 30 seconds earlier, but he just chipped it like it was a normal penalty kill. And I say to my dad, I'm like, he could have took that back, but he didn't. And empty net for the Bruins. Couturier scores, slam dunk, 6-3 win for the Flyers. I thought it was a really good hockey game overall. A lot of good things that I saw from the Flyers. Obviously, that second line was fantastic. Jones had a very solid Flyers debut. I know a lot of people were very iffy about that, and I wasn't sure why. I personally thought Carter Hart was going to start this game, but because of the performance of last game. But I get it. You have to think long term. You have a back-to-back coming next week, Wednesday and Thursday against Edmonton and Vancouver, when you go on the Canadian road trip, and you want to keep Jones fresh as the season rolls along. And obviously he played really well in this game overall. So again, solid game for the Flyers. They go 2 for 2 on the power play. They've had a handful of good looks on the power play. Penalty kill had another good night. Only took 1 penalty, which was good, as they took a good amount in that first game. They've taken a lot less in the handful in the last 2 games here versus Seattle and Boston. So a lot of good things for the Flyers. They've definitely trended well in the right direction early in the season here, and hopefully that can continue. And Florida on Saturday. Remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.